Formula 1 is back this weekend after the summer break with the Dutch Grand Prix, and there'll be plenty of familiar faces in the paddock at Zandvoort, but at Alpine there will be a new face. That's because Alpine over the summer break confirmed that they had appointed a new team principal in the form of Oliver Oakes, who happens to run the Hitech Grand Prix team in the junior categories. But who is he and what is his background? Well, let's talk about it. Well, Oakes is British. He was born in England in January of 1988, and by the age of 4 he was already beginning his journey in racing as he began go-karting, and by the age of 12 he was already a 2-time British champion. But his day of days in karting came in 2005 when he won the World Karting Championship, beating the likes of future Formula 1 drivers Jules Bianchi and Valtteri Bottas to the coveted prize. And it was this success that led to him catching Red Bull's attention, specifically for their junior programme. And indeed, Oakes did join the Red Bull junior programme in 2006, where he joined the likes of Jaime Alguersuari, Brendan Hartley, Sebastian Buemi, and a certain Sebastian Vettel, who of course went on to become a 4-time Formula 1 world champion. It was from 2006 where Oakes' journey in single-seaters began. He joined the Formula BMW Championship in 2006, driving for Carlin Motorsport, and he managed to take one victory over the season, finishing 6th in the overall standings. It was then he moved up to Formula Renault Eurocup for 2007, but he had a lot less success, finishing a lowly 12th in the standings. Oakes would then make the step up to British Formula 3 for 2008, but he had, again, limited success, with just the one highlight being really his pole position at Donington, but there were no victories and no podiums. He then stayed in the series for 2009, but he left after just 2 races, and then for the rest of the year took up various testing roles. But then he got a bit of a lifeline when he was called up to be part of the new GP3 series for 2010. But despite the fact that the GP3 series was obviously on the Formula 1 roster and he was competing over Grand Prix weekends, Oakes failed to live up to expectations and in the end had a very difficult year where he scored no points and finished just 28th in the standings. It was then during the winter where he decided to call time on his driving career and instead just turned his focus to team management. And that is exactly what he did in 2011. He set up his own karting team and achieved relative success throughout the different categories in karting. And then he got his first real big break in team management when he helped form the new Hitech Grand Prix team in 2015. And now Hitech has become one of the most established teams in the junior categories, competing in the likes of Formula 2, Formula 3 and Formula 4. And they've had relative success under Oakes' leadership during his years as team boss. Their last title win came in British F4 in 2022, and ironically they're on course to win that title again this year. Some drivers are on the current grid and some that are on the cusp of Formula 1 have driven for Oakes in the junior categories. Specifically George Russell, he raced for Hitech in 2016 in Euro F3, and Jack Doohan, who is set to link up with Oakes again at Alpine next year, raced for Hitech as well, and so did Liam Lawson, who could well get a seat at RB or Red Bull in 2025. Hitech is currently sitting 4th in the championship in Formula 2 this year, and its driver Paul Aron is currently sitting 3rd in the Drivers' Championship, having led during the early phase of the season. And in Formula 3, Luke Browning is in with a chance of winning the F3 title as he goes into the final round at Monza just 6 points off the lead. It should also be noted that Oakes was part of Hitech's bid to try and gain a Formula 1 entry for 2026 when they went through the process that the FIA opened up for new teams to try and enter Formula 1, but they were unsuccessful. So after serving 9 years as team boss of Hitech in the junior categories from 2015, Oakes has now got his big opportunity to become a team boss in Formula 1, as Alpine announced that he would be replacing Bruno Famin for the final 10 races of this year and intending to remain in that position for 2025 onwards. You have to say that this is quite a bold move from Alpine's part, because obviously Oakes has no experience of being a team boss in Formula 1, and he will become the second youngest ever team principal in Formula 1 history at 36 years old. The only team boss that was younger than Oakes is currently was Christian Horner. He was 31 when he took over as Red Bull team boss in 2005. So that is Oliver Oakes' journey from being a driver to now becoming a team boss in Formula 1. And all eyes are going to be on him at Zandvoort to see just how he gets on. Obviously, he's not going to make an immediate impact. I'm sure he's very much thinking in the long term, and he's really going to try and focus on adjusting to the position of being the team boss in Formula 1. But I'm sure he will do just fine and will be a major part in Alpine's long-term plans to return to a competitive position on the grid. What will stand him in good stead though is the fact that he obviously has experience of being a team boss in the junior categories, and what is also another advantage is the fact that obviously he was a Formula driver, so he will have a great understanding and an idea of just how the drivers operate and just what they want from the car. So it's going to be really interesting just to see how he gets on. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, a bit of a different one. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.